What if I told you? Most success advice is wrong. The billionaires, the viral creators, the startup legends, they all have one thing in common. They survived. But the people who failed, you never hear from them. And that creates a terrifying illusion. Because when all we see are survivors, we start believing in a distorted version of reality. And that distortion affects everything. Your career, your investments, your ambitions, even the way you see your own life. This is called survivorship bias. During World War I, the British Army introduced newly designed steel helmets to frontline soldiers. But something strange happened. After the helmets were distributed, military hospitals reported a massive increase in head injuries. Compared to before, the number of soldiers arriving with head wounds had skyrocketed. Army officials were furious. Some even believed the helmets were defective, or somehow making things worse. There were serious discussions about canceling the entire rollout. But statisticians later discovered the real explanation. Before helmets existed, soldiers shot in the head usually died instantly on the battlefield. They never made it to the hospital. But with helmets, many soldiers who would have died were now surviving. Instead of corpses, they became wounded soldiers with bandaged heads. So the rise in injuries was actually proof that the helmets worked. The hospitals weren't seeing more dead soldiers. They were seeing more survivors. And that's the terrifying part about survivorship bias. Sometimes, the data you can see only exists because someone survived long enough to be counted. During World War II, Allied bombers kept getting shot down. So the military studied the planes that returned from battle. They mapped every bullet hole. The wings were damaged. The body was covered in hits. So engineers reached an obvious conclusion. Add armor here. But statistician Abraham Wald realized something shocking. They were studying the wrong planes. These aircraft survived. The planes hit in truly critical areas. Never made it back. Which meant, the most dangerous places were the spots with no bullet holes at all. And suddenly, a disturbing question appears. What if modern success stories are just like those returning bombers? Open social media. You'll see 20-year-old millionaires, dropouts building empires, crypto traders getting rich overnight. But you never see the failed startups, the burned-out founders, the people drowning in debt. Because failure is invisible. Algorithms don't promote failure. People who lose rarely write autobiographies. So our brains slowly begin to miscalculate reality. Success starts to feel common. But it isn't. It's like standing outside a casino and only interviewing the winners. Eventually, you'd start believing gambling is a smart career plan. Human beings hate uncertainty. That's why we love success formulas. They make the world feel predictable. So the next time someone offers you a secret to success, Maybe the real question isn't, why did this person succeed? But what happened to everyone who didn't?